quick warning, when your camera says that it's low on memory, don't just be like, oh, I'm just going to delete like 5 pictures, because that's twice now that I've had to, well, first time I just deleted a load of pictures and carried on filming, and then this time I was like, fine, set all of my computer up and like finally just take everything off it. I can't remember where I got to. I'm gonna say we just got to like museums and things like that. So anyway, like this carried on for a while, months, and then one day, like September 1st, he phones me up and he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, nothing, I'm gonna make apple pie, do you want one? And he was like, yeah. So then I make this apple pie and I take it around his house. And I'm sitting at his house for hours, and I didn't leave his until like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And normally my parents are really strict and they're like, I want you in by, I don't know, no later than. And it wasn't said to me, and I was out till the early hours. We were just sitting in his room talking to each other. His parents went like gone to bed and everything, and we were literally just like talking to each other, just like for hours, and I didn't even realise the time. That was before we were going out. And then one day we went to the cinema. No, we didn't. Oh, we went to the cinema and I was pretty sure he was going to ask me out, and I was just like, oh, really don't want to do this right now. So I'm like, oh, you know, he's bringing up relationship stuff, and I'm like, oh, I don't feel like I'm ready and whatever. So then he's like, alright, fine, I won't do it. And then one day he just phones me up and he's like, what are you doing tonight? I'm like, oh, I don't know. And then he's like, oh, what's your favourite cake, whatever. And then he gets his cake, like my favourite cake, and he's like, come round and we'll have tea and cake. And I'm like, oh, my favourite cake, how can I say no? So I go around his house and he's like, oh, like I'm just about getting ready to go after speaking, and it's like 10 o'clock and I'm like, I'm going home. He said to me, oh, I don't go yet, I've got this question to ask you. I'm like, what? And I'm like, what? And then he asked me some question about music, and he's like changing the subject, asking me all these stupid questions, like, oh, I don't know, what's your favourite song, things like this, like just random questions. And I'm like, because he's making these really long pauses, it's like, don't go, I've got something to ask you. And I'm like, what? And he's like, what's your favourite song? Like, stupid thing. And then so eventually I'm like, do you know what, I am actually going this time. And then he like standing at his front door, because we'd already spoken and it was sort of like mutually agreed that I'd go out with him. Well, it was like such a like childish thing, I'll go out with you, help me out sort of thing. And then but it wasn't said like that. And then I said, right, I'm going home now, and we're standing on his doorstep now. And he's like, no, don't, I've got something to ask you. And I'm like, okay, what? And I'm like, just hurry up because I've literally got to go. I didn't have to go, but I just really wanted to get it out of the way. So I was like, right, come on, I've got to go. And then he's like, oh, alright then. Carries on, like we're having a laugh, having a joke. And then he goes, oh, will you go out with me? And I was like, yeah, where do you want to go? And his face went from like pure happiness, just like, oh my god, I'm so excited, to just, I hate you. Like, why would you do that to me? You made, like, you said to me if I ask you out, you'll go out with me, and now you've just said, where do I want to go? So he's like, ask me again, but this time it's like, I'm not even joking anymore. You just have to go out with me, or I'm gonna cry. So I said yes, and then we were going out, and then pretty much we have a really weird relationship though, because we were best friends before. It's so weird. It's amazing, but it's weird. And I'm leaving this here, and I will speak to everyone later. This is what happens when you sit up recording videos for God knows how long. Blossom's belly gets really dirty and she gets all sleepy. And she gets this little sleepy face on. What do you say, Blossom? If you like this video, I'll get more treats so that I'll be more active in other videos to come. And also, if you subscribe, I'll get fed 3 times a day. I don't think that's going to happen. Not 3 times. Ooh, we'll get all fat. Okay, what do you say? Bye.